I'm going to go over quickly how to take the top off, put it back on, what connections need to be made, and just a quick video to kind of help you guys get this thing assembled without any problems or delays. So basically it's the tank. I've removed the barrel already. It's self-explanatory, I don't need to go over that. There's power coming into the turret from the top, and also an Ethernet cable. So those are the two things that need to be removed. The Ethernet cable can be removed after the top has been taken off. So I'm going to demonstrate that right now. Easier to do with two people, obviously, but I'm by myself, so one person it is. As you can see, the top comes off. This right here, this cable, just unplugs. You can do it before you remove the top, or I just unplugged itself when I removed it just now. One big connector with 6 connections on it. There is also a paintball connector right here, this little white guy. I had already removed the paintball gun, so that wasn't necessary, but make sure you remove the paintball connection and before you take the top off. Now there's one more connection that's got to be removed. If you look, the Ethernet cable, and that's simple. You just reach inside and remove it from the toucan, and that's it, done. Putting the top back on, pretty straightforward. Just got to make sure no cables are being pinched in between. So, put the top back on. I take the Ethernet cable, this guy right here, and I plug it into the toucan first. Right? Everything else can stay disconnected. When you put the top on, just make sure that this cable doesn't get pinched. If it does, it's not a big deal. You can fix it, just don't force it on until you've cleared it from sheet metal. Make sure the cable is inside. Just make sure that cables are not in there. Looks like it went on. No gaps in between here. Now the next thing we got to do is turn this guy. Is connect the harness. The harness just plugs in. It's a 6-pin connector. Make sure the colors line up. You can't do it wrong. It's impossible. They're indexed. They're keyed, so they can only go in one way. Then the last thing you do is plug in the paintball gun, and as you can see, this is the connection for the paintball marker. Let's see. That just gets plugged in to the corresponding connector inside here. And that's it. Okay, so charging it's real simple. There's a little charging port down here. Simply just connect red to red, black to black, and that's it. Unplug this for discharging or for use, and that's it. Okay, so turning the tank on is simple. I like to turn the laptop on first, give it time to boot up. So you just hit this button on the side here, the lights come on, and you'll see the screen, and then you just kind of set that aside. And then while that's booting up, just turn the tank on. Sometimes the tank will lurch when you first turn it on. It's a known bug, and it'll be fixed. It's just we didn't have time to focus on it. So it only happens once in a while, so just, it'll startle you. Just make sure you're not on a table when you turn this thing on, and you're on something that can slip or like concrete, and you should be fine. So the first thing you want to do is make sure that you have a gamepad to connect. Okay, so plug the gamepad in to a USB port. It's recognized. All is good. Next thing you want to do is make sure that the tank is connected. So you click on the little wireless icon in the tray at the bottom right, and you'll see Tiger Tank Limited. That's good. Okay, hit escape to get out of that. Now we want to open up the Crosslink robot control software. So you mouse over to this icon, or double click it, or double tap it with your thumb. Takes a few seconds to open. Don't really know why, not a big deal, but it will eventually open. Don't keep double tapping it, or you'll get multiple instances open. There it is, it's open. If you look at the top of the screen here, you'll see it says tank disconnected. Well, tank is the file that's loaded, and that's your single stick arcade drive, okay, that you asked for. If you want to load another different type of drive, you can simply go to File, Open, and then select the Tank 2 stick. Now, this is the decoupled first-person shooter, is what we call it, but it's basically the same thing you have, only instead of the left X and Y on the same stick, we break up the left Y and move the X to the right stick, so that your turning is done with the right stick and your driving straight is done with the left stick. This makes it a little easier to control, we found, but try whatever one you want and figure out which one you like, and obviously go with that one. So we're going to stick with the tank single stick, and everything's loaded already by default. So all you need to do, if you're connected down here with wireless, is hit connect, and you'll see over here, you'll see the RX and TX values incrementing, going up. You'll also notice their color is green. That's good. If we were to lose communication for some reason, let's say we lost receiving of packets or transmission of packets, they would transition to yellow, and then after a certain amount of losses, transition to red, and then stop incrementing. Kind of a nice visual aid to let you know if communication's good or not. Ignore the battery field. Right now it's not supported in this application. That can be fixed later on, but it doesn't mean anything at this point. You'll notice under the status field that we're disabled. Means no matter what you do with this guy, the tank will not move. So we simply hit enable, and if we give it left Y, we go forward. We pull left Y back, we go back. We give it, we give it right X, or sorry, left stick X to the right. We go right. Give it left stick X to the left. Tank turns left. So elevation is on this stick. Can't see it, but it's going up and down. Turret rotation are on these little analog trigger guys right here, LT and RT. And if you give it a little bit of trigger, it moves this way. With a lot of trigger, it moves fast. These are analog sticks, so it's kind of convenient. You can drive the tank and still control the turret rotation without the stick, giving elevation adjustments. Sometimes you come outside of here, the dead band of the right of the x-axis, and it changes your turret position. Now you can fix that with a dead band, but then you lose low speed control. So moving it to the triggers here, I think is very convenient, and I think you'll like it. And we can change it if you don't. You can change it through this interface here, You know, if you look right now,